Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 28th. This week, we're going to just jump right in here, Taurus, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. I'm not going to do a part 2 this week. I have a little bit of a time crunch this week, so we're just going to clarify in this reading, and that'll be that. But let's see here, Taurus, what is going on for you. It's kind of interesting. You have this time to let go card at the end, and I'll just tell you, there's a lot of detail here, but to me, I think that a lot of people are getting these messages of moving on from one thing, moving towards something new in life that is just bigger and better. I mean, 10 of Pentacles. Can't beat that. So you have this come to the edge card, and a lot of people have been getting this card, and it's kind of interesting to me. I do feel like we have to push ourselves just a little bit past the point where we would normally give up or quit on something. So it's like if you're trying to build a business, trying to get into a relationship, I would push yourself a little bit harder, or just try to go for something a little bit harder, because you'll probably get it. It's kind of funny because back in the day, you have the Queen of Swords here, and the Queen of Swords, it's kind of like a card that, intuitively, I feel like if there was a card of going for something that you're not really qualified for, that would be the Queen of Swords. It's like maybe she would go for a job that she's not exactly qualified for, but she is the card of learning as you go. She's a card of figuring things out as you move along. So I feel it would be a really good time for you to kind of come to the edge. I feel like it would be a good time for you to, maybe think about your limits, think about how far you normally would go, and then go a little bit farther, right? Because I just feel like 10 of Pentacles is your outcome, abundance, success, something you want, right? So that's what I would do here. In your first row, you have the Strength card, the Seven of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. I do feel that some of you maybe have dealt with a lying, cheating, stealing situation here with the Seven of Swords. Really, I feel like you're just moving past it. It's not even worth mentioning. I'm pretty sure I said this to you in 2 weeks ago as well. This came up in your readings as far as love is concerned. So I feel like some of you maybe are just kind of healing from a liar, cheater, stealer, or just someone who, again, I always think of the Strength card with the Seven of Swords as someone who presents themselves in a certain way. Maybe they're not a liar, but maybe they have a lot of issues where they feel like they can't present their true self, right? Let's put it that way. And so I feel like some of you have dealt with a person in the past like that, where it's they didn't present them, they presented a totally different version, a made-up version of themselves, maybe. And it's you're moving past this energy here with these cards. So I like that. I kind of see this as you moving on, looking for bigger and better things. You have the Two of Wands to that Ten of Pentacles, really tells me you're moving away from that. For others, I feel like you've learned from this situation to probably better protect your emotions. I always say that she has this cup here, and it doesn't really look like a cup. It looks like a trophy. It represents the fact that she really, really values her emotions, the Queen of Cups. She really cares about how she feels about things. And because of that, again, if you know anything about the law of attraction, right? We attract things when we feel about them, right? When we have feelings about things, when we really focus our feelings on things as well. So that's what I would do here. I would also say you have 2 cards in a row, the Seven of Swords, and you have the Three of Pentacles. Both of these cards, there are people on these cards that have polka dots on their cloak. Three of Pentacles. This lady has polka dots on her cloak right here. You have the Seven of Swords. He has polka dots on his cloak. Polka dots in the tarot can represent taking things too seriously or needing to have more fun. Take it how it resonates. Like I said, it could represent needing to loosen up, needing to not take things too seriously. It can say you're being too serious about life or you just need to, kind of have some fun. Maybe you need to go do something fun, take part in a hobby, kind of get out of your head. I always say that to me, trust me, I spent years of my life stewing in my bedroom, no joke, right? Just doing nothing, literally. Basically doing nothing, just stewing, being angry, right? And it wasn't until I started going out and doing things that I loosened up and I let loose and the energy kind of started flowing, right? So it's if we don't have fun, then, we create blockages. If we don't do things we enjoy, like certain hobbies, then I think we do the same exact thing. So that's what I would do here. I've done tons of readings for people where It's come up like a person needs a job, and cards like this will come up, and I'll say, you need to go have fun. I can't have fun because I have to get a job, right? They're all like worried and panicking. I'm like, no, that is exactly why you need to have fun. That response right there, right? So I definitely feel that energy for you here of needing to kind of let loose, needing to do something that you enjoy doing. Next, you have this Amble with Contentment card. It says, waiting rather than acting is going to be most advantageous right now. That makes sense. Again, that could be having fun as well, instead of trying to force a job to happen, instead of trying to force a relationship to happen, or instead of trying to force your health to happen, just kind of like relaxing into things could be more beneficial with this energy here. It's kind of funny that I told that story, and I haven't even read this card, and that's like the energy I was getting, like trying to force something to happen here. And I feel like the more you can just like let loose and let things and allow things to happen, the better. So in this row here, you have the Two of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. The Two of Wands is a card of taking the lead, but it's also kind of like a card of maybe doing things a different way. He has kind of accomplished everything that he set out to accomplish, but he rushed. And the story of the Two of Wands is that he's kind of looking out into the world with envy. He is standing at the top of a castle. He's like accomplished everything he's wanted to accomplish, but he didn't enjoy it, or he doesn't realize there's a lot more out there for him to enjoy. So the card can represent needing to get out there, or needing to find things to enjoy, needing to find things that, light you up, that light you on fire, that get you moving, right? Especially if you don't know what those things are. You have the Three of Pentacles here. I like this. This to me, I feel like something, it's like I literally see this as like in a cloud. It's like I feel like there's something out here that you are working on, like a project, a business, writing a book, or something. It's like it's so close but so far away are the words that are popping into my head. And I don't want this to discourage you. You have Three of Pentacles, Four of Wands, really good cards at the end here. Again, there's a lot of success, but it's like something needs to just be like dragged down. It's like something needs to be made real. I feel like something needs to be kind of fleshed out a little bit here. So if you're working on a project or a business, it's like I feel like it just needs a little bit something extra. Correct me if I'm wrong, Taurus, but I'm pretty sure in like one of your more recent readings, I'm pretty sure I said this to you. I'm getting like the same energy here off of this Three of Pentacles. It's like something is very, very close, but I feel like it just needs to be manifested a little bit more down here on Earth. You have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is great because I feel like it's talking about clarity, and you maybe are getting some clarity on how to kind of like manifest something on Earth. I feel like you're getting some clarity on how to make something happen. So I would kind of like trust that inner voice. Next, you have this Groundhog spirit. It says time to let go. So I feel like some of you have to let go of something. I feel like this is true for pretty much everyone, that we're all being asked to let go of our old life, our old way of being. A lot of us could be making very significant changes, not just right now, but over the next 5 years or so. I mean, it's not just you. I mean, to me, it's a collective energy. I feel like pretty much everyone is going through these major changes. Again, all my titles, if you notice, and all the readings are about like some sort of major transformation or change. It's getting a little bit boring. It's funny because it's like people are like, you keep saying the same thing. I'm like, well, it's like the dominant energy that we're dealing with right now is this kind of transformation, change energy. What I would say is that it's really important that people act. Even though you have this card here that says, waiting rather than acting would be more advantageous right now, that doesn't mean we can't do anything. It doesn't mean that we have to do nothing. I feel like there are plenty of things that you could be doing. Ten of Pentacles is about learning. So I feel like you could be learning. And again, I read intuitively. I really feel like that card is talking about needing to carve out some time for hobbies, things that you enjoy, grandchildren, your own children, whatever, like other things other than what you're focusing on. I feel like it's more talking about that than it is not acting. And I also feel like there is, it's like tarot isn't black and white, either. I always get tons of comments from people that are like, you read that card and it said don't act, and now you're telling us to act. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's not black and white, right? There are shades of gray here. And what I would say is that, again, I feel like some good actions would be learning with the Ten of Pentacles. So in this row here, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is definitely saying, do not rush, right? Knight of Swords, he's trying to force something to happen. He is pushing that horse to exhaustion. So this reading to me is saying, like, I feel like it's just saying there's no need to force something to happen. When you're on the right path, I feel things are just going to start progressing very quickly for you. That doesn't mean you're going to be an overnight billionaire or anything like that, right? But I do feel it is saying that there is success coming in for you very, very quickly if you learn, number one, educate yourself. And also, I feel like something that is going to be successful that's coming in for you, it's like there's no try hard about it. There's no needing to try hard, no needing to try to force things to happen or anything like that. And you have the Four Wands. Four Wands is an accomplishment. It could be marriage, of course. So for those of you that have been trying to force a relationship, this could be a relationship that's coming in for you that you don't have to force. How beautiful is that, Taurus? It's something that just works, something that just has a nice flow to it. And believe it or not, we don't have to be in these relationships where we fight and have all this drama and all this other stuff, right? I know that, the movies make it seem that way, right? Ryan Gosling, all those other dudes out there. But those romantic comedies are BS anyway, so there you go. But what I would say here is no forcing things to happen. I feel like you're just kind of entering into this flow. Let's clarify this and see where it's going. Between the Strength card and the Two of Wands, you have the Ace of Cups, love, coming in for you. I would say this is a very different type of love that is coming in for you. Sorry, I'm going to show you over here. So I feel like this is a different type of relationship. Two of Wands could say that it's a long distance, but here's the thing. Is actually the Seven of Swords stands out to me. The Seven of Swords, he's stealing those swords from an army in the background. So you could have dealt with a liar, cheater, stealer, or kind of like a poser, like I said earlier. But it could also say there's a new person coming in for you who approaches things differently. He is approaching war differently on the Seven of Swords. I'm not saying that, this doesn't have to be a bad thing. This could be a good thing. With the Seven of Swords and the Three of Pentacles, you have the Four of Swords, feeling like a recovery is coming in for you. So I feel like you feel, I feel like you already feel recovered. I even wanted to say the word healing in the first part of your reading in that first row. I started to say it and I rejected it. I felt like I was rejecting that word. So I feel like a lot of you have already gone through a healing. I feel like you've already experienced a healing, whatever you want to call it. With the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Swords, Two of Wands, take the lead, right? It is time for you to leave a comfort zone. That Come to the Edge card is encouraging you to push past the point where you would normally give up. It's encouraging you to kind of move forward. With the Two of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, you have the Page of Pentacles. So I feel there could be some good news coming in for you, but also the card of studiousness. Funny that I said learning on that Ten of Pentacles. A lot of people are like, Chris, Ten of Pentacles is not a card of learning. I'm always like, actually, yes, it is. There's an old man on that card. He represents wisdom, learning from smarter people than you. So that's what I would be doing here with the Page of Pentacles. It's card of studiousness, being willing to learn, learning new ways of doing things. I know I preach this stuff all the time, but literally just look at the astrology. To me, if I wanted to be successful right now, which I do, I would be learning tons of new stuff, which I am, and I'm not even a Taurus, right? I feel like this is true for everyone. So I would be learning as much as you can about different ways of doing things and love and business and wherever you want to be successful, doesn't matter. It's probably the easiest way to be successful. With the Three of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, we have the Death card. Like I said, major transformation coming in for you. True for everyone, I would say. We're all going through these major changes. Groundhogs represent death, by the way, so, pretty interesting. With the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords, you have the Fool. The Fool is something you're already prepared for, and it's something that doesn't have to be forced, like I said. The Fool, he has a tiny little sack on his back normally, and it represents the fact that he has everything he needs right here, or right between his two ears. So I feel for a lot of you, this is some sort of leap of faith that you need to take, especially with that Come to the Edge card as well. Top row outcome, King of Swords, wisdom, knowledge, learning. There you go. With your middle row here, you have the Tower, probably a shakeup in your worldview. I feel like this is true for everyone. I mean, like I said, I feel like everybody's world is going to be rocked over the next few years. Things that you thought were true aren't going to be true. Things that you do think are true, that you don't think are true, will be true. I mean, I think this is just the times that we're in. So I feel like everybody's in for Tower moments. Is this a bad thing? Probably not. I mean, the tower happens so that we can see reality. The story of the tower is that we build the tower too high around us and, we don't see reality. So I feel like it's a reality thing. Bottom row, you have the Queen of Pentacles, sorry. Queen of Pentacles is a card of resourcefulness and being resourceful. It's also a card of being focused on something. I wouldn't focus on, the tower moments that are happening in the world, right? That's not very helpful. But what I would focus on is like what you can do in your life at this time with that Queen of Pentacles. She's looking at the pentacle. There's a rabbit jumping by her. The rabbit represents fears, and she's not focusing on the fear. She's focusing on the pentacle. So I would be focusing on what you can do. It's like really a card of like pushing it, kind of pushing it to the point where you would normally give up. But again, I think there's a little bit of subtlety here. I think you need to realize that you're not forcing something to happen. It's like if you push it a little bit farther and then you learn as you go and things flow, then I think you'll be fine. I also do feel that there could be love coming in for you. Ace of Cups here, 4 Wands, 3 of Pentacles, someone who wants to work on a team. So I feel like there could be a new person coming in for you. What I would say is down here, 2 of Swords and the Knight of Swords. It's like, it's kind of hard to see on this camera, but the Queen of Swords has her sword up. The Knight of Swords is running in with his sword. To me, it looks like maybe you could be attracting a person where you've both got your sword up. So this could represent needing to open up. The Fool is like saying it's safe for you to love. It's safe for you to open up if you want to. But pretty interesting. So thank you for being here, Taurus. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.